Today, in this parasha, we are entering into the book of Deuteronomy, which in Hebrew is Devarim, which is either words or things. And actually, these are the words that Moses is speaking to the children of Israel before they get ready to enter into the promised lands. Really, this is Moses' farewell and everything that is super important to him to speak to them before he leaves them. My question today is, why or even how can we do hard things? We can do hard things, and we see that in this parasha. The name of the parasha itself is Devarim. It's Deuteronomy 1:1 through 3:22, and the Haftarah is Isaiah 1:1 through 27, and the New Covenant portion is 1 Timothy chapter 3. Verses 1 through 7. So we start off, I just want to give a few of the main themes of Deuteronomy altogether, because this whole book is just Moses preparing them to go in. And these are the themes that we see in Deuteronomy: remembering what God has done. And we did that last week in our parasha last week, remembering what God has done, because the things that he has done in the past give us confidence that he will remain faithful and do great things for us in the future. Loving God with all of your heart, obeying God, obeying his word, knowing his word, the blessings for obedience, and the consequences for disobedience. We talk about in this book faith instead of fear, God loving holiness and justice, God being faithful, and preparing the next generation. So I highlighted some verses that spoke so much to me in this particular portion, and I'd just like to bless you with those words this morning, or whenever you're watching. I'm starting in Deuteronomy 1:1-3. Deuteronomy 1:3. In the 40th year, on the first day of the 11th month, Moses spoke to the children of Israel according to all that the Lord had commanded him to give to them. So they've been in the desert for 40 years, and Moses' heart is full because he knows he's going to be leaving them and they're going in, and he needs to tell them, just like a father or a mother, before they leave their family, they want to tell them everything that could possibly help their children. And that's what Moses is doing now. In verse 6, the Lord our God spoke to us at Horeb, saying, "You have stayed long enough at this mountain. Turn and set your journey." God said they had been in that one place long enough. It was time to move forward. In verse 8, it says, "See, I have placed the land before you. Go in and possess the land which the Lord swore to give to your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Yaakov, to them and their descendants after them." If we go on to verse 19, it says, "Then we set out from Horeb and went through all that great and terrible wilderness, which you saw on the way to the hill country of the Amorites, just as the Lord our God had commanded us. And we came to Kadesh Barnea. I said to you, 'You have come to the hill country of the Amorites, which the Lord our God is about to give us. See, the Lord your God has placed the land before you. Go up, take possession, as the Lord, the God of your fathers, has spoken to you. Do not fear or be dismayed." So Moses starts off by going back to the beginning of this journey and recounting the deeds of the Lord and what God said and what Israel did and what was the outcome of that. And he says, do not fear or be dismayed. In verse 26, "Yet you were not willing to go up, but rebelled against the command of the Lord your God, and you grumbled in your tents." Remember how much grumbling there was there in the desert, and said, "Because the Lord hates us, he has brought us out of the land of Egypt to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites to destroy us. Where can we go up? Our brethren have made our hearts melt, saying, the people are bigger and taller than we. The cities are large and fortified to heaven. And besides, we saw the sons of the Anakim there. They're saying, we saw giants in that land. Verse 29, then I said to you, Moses said, do not be shocked, nor fear them. The Lord your God, who goes before you, will himself fight on your behalf, just as he did for you in Egypt before our eyes, and in the wilderness where you saw how the Lord your God carried you, just as a man carries his son in all the way which you have walked until you came to this place. But for all this, you did not trust the Lord your God, who goes before you on your way to seek out a place for you to encamp, in fire by night and cloud by day, to show you the way in which you should go. This is the answer to the question that I asked at the beginning. Why and how can we do hard things? We can do hard things because God goes before us to seek out a place for us and to show us the way in which we should go. In chapter 2, it says, then we turned and set out for the wilderness by the way to the Red Sea, as the Lord spoke to me, and circled Mount Seir for many days. And the Lord spoke to me, saying, you have circled this mountain long enough. That's the second time in this parasha where we see that God says, you've been at this same place long enough. It's time for you to go forward. In verse 7 of chapter 2, for the Lord your God has blessed you in all that you have done. He has known your wanderings through this great wilderness. These 40 years, the Lord your God has been with you. You have not lacked a thing. What a testimony. And if you think back into your own life, it says God was with them through the wilderness, through the hard places, and he brought them through all of that, and he wants to bring them and you and me into this place of abundance. Moving on, and really this is where I'm going to end up today with this beautiful verse in Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 21. I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, your eyes have seen all that the Lord your God has done to these two kings. So the Lord shall do to all the kingdoms into which you are about to cross. Do not fear them, for the Lord your God is the one fighting for you. So as we come to the end of this parasha, that's the message I would love to leave with you today, that we can do hard things. Sometimes we get tired and worn out and we feel like, I just cannot keep on. But we can do hard things because the Lord, our God, goes before us to prepare the way, to show us the way, and to fight for us. I bless you, and I want to just encourage you to meditate on these precious words throughout this week. Shalom.